Many of you may have heard of the term magic mushrooms that can affect your ability to think and cause intense hallucinations. Well, what if I told you that the magic inside those mushrooms has a special name and chemical formula? Today we'll be looking at the molecule psilocybin, its use, discovery, and why I think it should be awarded Molecule Hero of the Year. To start, let's begin with some of its properties. Its molecular weight is 284.25, with a melting point ranging between 220 degrees Celsius to 228 degrees Celsius. Its boiling point ranges from 185 degrees Celsius to 195 degrees Celsius. Psilocybin can also be soluble in 20 parts boiling water, as well as maintain its stability in the air up to some extreme high temperatures. While research is still being done on the toxicity of psilocybin, and although it is currently still labeled as a Schedule I drug in the United States, there is much evidence to show a low toxicity rate and its minor irritant. Psilocybin is also related to the molecule psilocin. Psilocin is the chemical created in the body after psilocybin has been ingested and broken down. Psilocin has a much lower molecular weight of 204.27, as well as a lower melting point at 174.5 degrees Celsius. The boiling point, however, is much higher than psilocybin at 392.8 degrees Celsius. It is insoluble in water and not a very stable molecule on its own. However, its stability can increase at higher temperatures, which is almost the exact opposite of psilocybin. Although there are still many questions surrounding psilocybin, it has been more recently tested by researchers and doctors as a method of medical treatment. Researchers at Johns Hopkins Medicine were among the first to begin this study, after receiving a federal grant to research psychedelic treatment. Due to the side effects of psilocybin, many doctors have come forward promoting psilocybin as a promising mode of treating those with addictions, depression, anxiety, and many other mental health disorders. From this study mentioned at Johns Hopkins Medicine, 27 participants suffering from the severe depression and actively using antidepressants were seen by medical professionals prior to taking psilocybin, and then the following months after their treatment, showing impressive improvement in their depressive moods, rating their severe depression at the beginning of the experiment out of a score of 24 at 17 to 23, and ending the experiment with a rating of 7.7 after 6 months of microdosing therapeutic treatment. Psilocybin has not only been used medically, but it also has a long history of being used spiritually. The presence of psilocybin in rituals has been recorded in art depicted by the Aztecs and many native tribes in Mexico. The hallucinogenic effects of the molecule can create elevated moods that can alter one's thinking and sense of time and space. These effects, along with negative side effects such as depression, fear, and anxiety, are all recorded from those in Mexico and before using the drug as a means of connecting with their spirit. It is the trippy side effects of psilocybin that draw so many people to it, many today often using it recreationally. But where did psilocybin come from? It was first discovered in 1956 by R. Gordon Wasson and Roger Heim after they returned from a trip in Mexico after witnessing the effects of psilocybin mushrooms and bringing them back to the US to identify. Scientist Albert Hofmann, who is also the man who discovered LSD, would come to identify psilocybin and psilocin as the active compounds in these mushrooms. Psilocybin and LSD have many comparabilities, being that they are both a part of this psychedelic family and have similar side effects on their consumers. They were both identified by the same scientist, Albert Hofmann. However, it is important to note that LSD is a synthetic chemical created in a lab, derived from a fungus. it does not occur naturally, as does psilocybin, growing present in hundreds of mushroom species. Psilocybin can be found growing in mushrooms all over the world, with little stopping its ability to spread and perpetuate its development. Now that we've covered the use and the magic of psilocybin, it is clear that it should be named Molecule Hero of the Year. Although the stigma surrounding psychedelics is that they aren't helpful or motivating, psilocybin has been proven and shown through research that it is a promise and has a place in medicine. Through its ability to help patients dealing with life-threatening and altering mental illnesses, it has shown to have a great impact on the level of research and development of science surrounding the use of psychedelics. It is bound to have a significant impact on the future of medicine as long as its abilities are continuing to be studied and put to the test.